Diablo, Cody. I was...
Yay!
I was fortunate enough to be involved in this movie as a producer.
Yeah.
And I am super excited to be here tonight. This is a thrilling week for us. I'm so proud of this movie. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's crazy, right?
It's awesome.
And that's what I love about it. I am here tonight with two of the fruits from our film, as well as the director and co-writer of the movie.
Woo!
Let me start by bringing out our apple, Lili Reinhart.
Woo! Woo!
I actually can't believe this. This is very exciting for me. My heart is pounding. Next, in the role of Cherry, we have the incredible Victoria Pedretti.
Oh! Woo! Woo!
And then finally, the amazing auteur behind this film, co-writer and director Meredith Alloway.
Woo!
Hi, ladies.
Hi. Hello.
Thank you so much for being here. Lily, I'm going to start with you. I'm told that you were drawn to the character of Apple immediately, and I need to know, why of all the fruits were you specifically drawn to play her?
I think that's the one that it said in the email that I was reading for. It wasn't take your pick. It was for Apple, and I'm glad because I was still shooting Riverdale at the time, the final season. Thanks, guys. And yeah, I mean, to be sent such a witchy, bitchy woman while in the middle of a TV show where I'm playing not that was intriguing and exciting to,
Was Betty not bitchy and witchy?
Not at all. She's bitchy sometimes, but I mean, Apple was a character I'd never played before and super, super exciting to play. I don't consider her a villain at this time, maybe. But yeah, just the idea of playing a woman that's a character that I, hadn't played. I'm saying the same thing 30 times. She's a great character, and I was intrigued.
Wait, but I want to get a little bit deeper into you not seeing her as a villain, because I agree. But, one of the reasons I love this character so much is she is a paradox. Do you think that she believes that she is the hero of the story?
Totally. Yeah, not a doubt. I think that's what a classic narcissist does. They don't see themselves for what they really are, and I think she's a true narcissist. So yeah, she doesn't consider herself the villain, so for me to play her, I had to also not consider her to be the villain. I had to have empathy for her, which I mean, she's so lovable to me, at least, even though she's doing really bad
I
things.
find her deeply lovable.
Yeah.
Victoria, you really transformed yourself in this role. What inspiration did you bring to the role of Cherry? Were there any iconic characters or people in your life who informed your portrayal, or was she just a creation that evolved?
Yeah, so many. I mean, just, confident. I sexually, presenting people. I grew up seeing Britney Spears and just being in awe of that. And I remember it being imposed on me that a little girl couldn't wear a belly shirt, and I was why? And now I'm oh, I was being sexualized as a child.
Yeah.
So but I always loved these many women that I'm sure we all know. I remember Anna Nicole Smith was mentioned in the script. But just really beautiful, often very loving, positive people, kind of generally. And I watched a lot of documentaries about these women. I also had a real fascination with Marilyn Monroe as a little girl. So There was inspiration being drawn from everyone. Just my mom's like cool friends that I was always thought were very fabulous. So yeah.
I love your mom's cool friend.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that's my takeaway here. What kind of conversations did you have with Meredith early on that shaped her performance?
I mean, a lot. Meredith put a lot into all of these characters and really had her own places where she was drawing inspiration while writing the script. So we had a lot of conversations, a lot of, it's the modern era. I'm sending reels from Instagram and forwarding them to her. And sharing the documentaries and films I'm being inspired by, and characters and music, and yeah, we seem to always be on the same page.
Victoria has an amazing cherry playlist. Maybe we'll release it.
That would be cool.
I would like to do that, and Meredith, it is your turn. This is your first feature film, Shock Me. You directed the shit out of it, as I'm sure you can tell from the response, but can you tell me about your path to Forbidden Fruits and why this was the film that you chose as your full-length debut?
Well, first of all, I think that you can't choose what your first movie is going to be quite
I mean,
frank.
I guess that's true.
Now
Now that I think about it, no, it's just, it happens or it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that for me creatively, I write and I make art, if I'm maybe so lucky to call it that, because I can't process my own life, to be quite honest. So I'm just constantly writing or interested in going on an artistic journey because I have questions that are plaguing me or something I need to get out of my body and put over there so that I can look at it and be like, maybe that's what I'm going through. And so Fruits, I was like, I would be so lucky to get this made. It's a crazy movie. You guys just watch, it's nuts. Who runs
It's a hot mess.
Thank you. And I think that for me it was keep going. That is the banner statement. It's keep going. If you want to make movies, if you want to make art, if you want to do something outside, I mean, nothing is, to be honest, nothing is safe now. We don't unfortunately live in a world where you can go into a career path and be like, I will definitely have a job in 10 years. So you gotta love it, and I think you just have to keep going if you love it. And that's kind of the road that got me here. And my community, they're in the hallway over here. I love you guys, your friends that believe in you and your collaborators that believe in you. So I don't know if that answered your question, but that's what I'm gonna say.
I mean, it went in an inspiring direction that I didn't expect, but I like it. So, and I know a first film can be a huge undertaking. What was your biggest challenge or surprise during production process?
Fucking blood, y'all. It is not easy. Y'all are there. Practical effects is a dying art. I appreciate all of you showing up to support this film that was made for. Made for not a lot of money, and the thing about blood is that you have resets, so you have multiple costumes, and then blood doesn't go as planned because sometimes you build a dummy and you test it with water, and then you do it with blood in the moment, and it doesn't work, and you're like, fuck. The big climax of the movie, you guys have seen the movie, you didn't get it, and then you're like, the movie's shit, and then you have to do what you do and pepper it with some magic and post and get creative in the edit to really build the story you're trying to tell, and that was the biggest challenge, but it was also the most fun. And I wasn't here to watch you guys watch Alex get split in half or Victoria get eaten by an escalator, but I hope you had fun.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the biggest challenge. That was the biggest challenge for sure.
I mean, since we're talking about being eaten by escalators, etc., I have to ask, I want to kind of ask all three of you, tell me some stories or some experiences, because I was not there that day for those set pieces. What was the escalator scene like for you?
We had multiple, well, there was one escalator that I was just running up And then we'd run out of escalator.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
So then we had to stop, and I'd go back down, and they'd stop the escalator. Then I'd start it again, and I would start running. So that was interesting. And then we had a second escalator. There was just like a few steps that was built in the Free Eden store that we shot some of the.
It was actually in the ex-Ted Baker store. It was Ted Baker. You know
Oh
this.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right,
and it was like
that's
a
right.
separate store that was a Ted Baker.
But we brought it into
I live for this shit, like mini-second escalator, like what is it? That is interesting.
Oh, we did! Our final shot was on the escalator in our Free Eden store with the fingernail.
Yeah, with the pulling off the fingernail and spitting out the tooth and all of that.
Yes.
Shot on a non-moving escalator. Which was, yeah, it's all the stunt stuff becomes very technical. It's these like short little pieces that are put together very quickly to create action, but it's all done very safely, except that one time.
Escalator didn't stop, and the sound guy with his boom mic was like, "Oh, and I'm gonna be eaten," and everyone was okay. But I don't recommend shooting on an escalator. It's crazy.
Lily, can you tell me a bit about your time filming the Fountain de Nolon?
Oh, cold. It was a cold fountain. The water was not warm. So I was worried because I was like shivering and trying to hide that. But Lola and I were in it together. It was the last scene that I shot in the movie, which is great because by that time, when the wig got wet, I had red hair dye just dripping down my boobs for the 2 days that we shot that. But it was over 2 days. It was really daunting, you know, from the first read of the script, you see this Shakespearean villain monologue and you're like, oh my God. So yeah, I was hanging over my head for the whole shoot, but I think like by the time we got to it, I was ready and exhausted and exhilarated, and it was a great time, and we shot all night shoots, so it was 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and so by like 6 a.m. These people came into the mall. It's often old people are coming into the mall to get their exercise at the mall. They're called mall walkers. Just makes them sound like zombies or something, but they come into the mall to walk around to get their exercise. So it'd be like 6 a.m. and suddenly there's just this person walking behind the fountain, and they did not give a shit. Like they didn't even look at us, didn't care what we were doing. We would be like, can you? And just not aware of what was going on. But
It'd be like Lily like doing this strangling scene, and they're just.
did not care.
I feel like this is an appropriate time to share that it's the mall from Mean Girls.
Ah.
The iconic fountain was rebuilt for this, specifically for this movie.
What's so weird is like the mall. So the iconic fountain, or I hope it's iconic. Wow. Okay. Cool. Iconic.
I think it's
fountain.
like the Mean Girls fountain is iconic.
Sure. It's based on a fountain at the mall that shall not be named in Dallas, Texas, where I grew up. That is iconic, and it's got this kind of like '60s hexagonal vibe to it. It's very like big and deep, and so I was like, well, we have to recreate that. And then there was a drain in that location, and I was like, this is so convenient. And then like a week before we shot that, our construction team was like, oh, well, no, there used to be a fountain here, it's where they shot Mean Girls. I was like, excuse me? That was switchy and cosmic.
I have a question for both Lily and Victoria. Did either of you develop any rituals or habits that helped you stay in character?
Yeah, I feel like I always develops a out ritual for staying character. I don't know. I feel like each set there are different things that come up, and I just kind of flow with them. Like I drank a lot of matcha during this, which I don't
Cafe
normally
Victoria,
do.
should you tell them?
I had a whole like cafe with teas. I was very focused on Just getting through the night. So being as healthy and like moderating my caffeine intake and not just, but of course matcha has a lot of caffeine in it. So, yeah, you know, I did my best. I mean, we did our own makeup. I found that doing that every day, putting on a wig, you know, putting on tiny little shorts, like these things kind of brought the character out of me. I wasn't like going like there wasn't any prayer exactly, but yeah, I feel like getting dressed was a huge part, and then yeah, the way I was consuming food and trying to moderate my energy was a big focus. Yeah.
I didn't want to stay in character necessarily.
Yeah.
But I did get a lot of, when I was in Toronto, I found a good lymphatic massage place. So I did a lot of lymphatic massages, and I remember being very self-conscious about my two short nails. Like, they would start massaging my hands, and I'd be like, I'm shooting a movie, and my nails are supposed to be like that. But I mean, other than that, I just really was trying to remember before shooting every scene, reminding myself that I wanted Apple's physicality to be very specific. I wanted her to not use a lot of hand movements and gestures and be kind of stoic and still and only move her head a lot. So that was like a reminder that I would give myself, because I'm someone who uses my hands a lot. So I had to lock in to her before every scene, like physically, and that helped.
That's why you're so scary.
Like,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, I tried to really whip my head around quickly in this one.
This is like, I love those like actorly anecdotes, because I myself do not act, so I'm like fascinated with the process.
Yeah, and then I said a bunch of tea when you asked about how to stay in character.
Yeah, but that's part of that's part of the vibe.
I don't think it kept me in character though.
Yeah.
Just
Then
got me through the night. Yeah, I mean, you were talking about
These were all night shoots.
You were talking about a lion with yours, and then I was thinking about a bunny sometimes. I think that was grounding. You know, kind of like wiggly and kind of hopping around. Yeah. I didn't know if you meant you were thinking about a bunny like while I was asking the question.
Now I understand. Okay.
I didn't hear you. I was thinking about a bunny.
Safe place.
Meredith, this is a real masterclass in tone, and it kind of feels like you're creating something totally new. That is what I'm struck by when I watch this movie. Is I'm like, this is different. What were some of your references in terms of tone and in terms of how you wanted this movie to feel?
I'm having a moment that I'm getting emotional because you're one of my heroes.
Oh,
like, this is so crazy.
Wow.
I started like, I was thinking like you. You know what I mean? But like, truly, like, wow. What was the question? What was I thinking about tone-wise? Sorry, this is just in a while that you guys are all here supporting me and I'm up here and, you know, you're supporting me. Jennifer's Body, of course.
Woo!
I swear I wasn't finishing with this one. I wrote me in big red letters on the sheet.
Yeah. I wonder talking about me. No, but I'm glad that you asked this question because I've been like saying in interviews and stuff, like I feel like I grew up watching movies at a very young age, and I feel like I kind of absorbed them through osmosis in a way. And I purposefully, like, I've seen Mean Girls so many times. I've seen all the Jawbreaker, these movies that people keep referencing. Lily Houghton and I, who wrote it with me, I purposely did not watch those, like, going into the writing process because I was like, I can't live up to that, you know? Like, I just want to tell the story of these characters, you know? So I really feel like the thing that was hard to crack with the tone is, like, the satire of it all and also the visual landscape of what it means to be a young woman in the mall where the dressing room lighting hates us. Why? The ecosystem of the mall where there's like adoration and judgment and it feels like the school. So I was thinking more about like photography, like Justine Kurland has an amazing book of women being messy and movies like Daisies and Giallo films from the 60s where I was like, that feels like if I just kind of follow that visually and follow photography and trust the characters that Lily Houghton and I are sort of writing, that's gonna be what I follow. And then American Psycho, I talk about obsessively because I think Mary Herron, who directed that movie, understood satire in a way that like had never really been done before, and from a woman's perspective. So that was a guiding light that I know we all talked about, kind of like characters that take the world seriously, like life or death. And what's so fun about the genre landscape is they do, it is life or death, eventually. So, yeah, sorry for getting emotional, guys, I knew it was gonna happen.
Don't apologize.
Woo!
So I don't know, this is kind of like a seventh grade girl question, but it's something that I'm personally curious about. Who was the most like their character and who was the least?
That's a hard one.
No comments.
They're all, I don't know. That's a hard one because you're like kind of insulting someone. I
Yes, so I think they're all great. I'm sorry.
Right. Do you have an answer? Yeah.
I
not gonna go there.
know immediate, like I'd probably say I am the least like my character.
Yeah, which is why it's such a fucking impressive performance.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex is
Yeah.
a self-identified witch, so we maybe just, it's Alex. Like she's
Yeah.
playing a witch, she is a witch in real life.
Yeah.
Alex Alex is like the apple in like real life, like right? Like
Alex
you
is
think-
like Apple
No,
and you.
No, but she like does bone casting. When I met her, she was like, I do bone casting, and I was like, well, you have to be in this movie. We don't bone casting. Like in the movie when she's doing the exacto knife with the bone, it's like bone
I didn't
casting.
know that was.
And Alex does that. She's not here tonight, but I wish she was to explain.
Blame the one who can't defend it.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's a compliment. Fink's like the coolest. Yeah. That's the answer. I love a seventh grade girl question.
It really was. Those are the kind of questions I want to ask.
Not
Like, did you steal anything from the set? And if so, what? Like,
You said to take home a boot, right? Did you take home a boot?
I have but one singular.
I have a boot. I have the hex boot, so it's black and red. Do you have the silver one or the hex one?
I don't know which
You have
one.
the silver one.
I have the silver one.
And we got our charm bracelets.
We have our charm bracelets.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Meredith? did
I
you
have a
take
lot of the clothes. I have the shirt that I wore at the beginning. I have day of the week underwear. I'm not
I
really
love
weird.
your I have your winter solstice look.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Do you have my baby tea at the end?
I have your baby tea.
Okay. I want to put it in like a shadow box and frame it.
Let's talk.
That's awesome.
Maybe not.
I kind of
You
want
deserve
one.
it.
$100
We'll
an
figure this
hour.
out.
Okay. And I have a question for all three of you. What scene were you most excited for audiences to see either while you were filming it or after you saw the film yourself?
I was excited to film the escalator. Be mindful of spoilers, by the way. You know, we don't want many people to know immediately what happens, but.
They
I
saw
was-
the movie.
Well, but. Posting it.
Oh.
If you're,
Maybe I'm not that different from my character.
I was so stoked to shoot that because I love special effects and I
Yeah.
love horror movies, and that just felt like such a horror moment to me. Like, what an iconic death that you have in this. Truly one for the book. So I was really excited to like be a fly on the wall basically for that scene and watch it happen.
I was stoked about that as well, from day one. From the first read of the script, I was like, oh yes, from the pitch.
Yeah, I would say after seeing the film, I was really freaked out by how amazing your performance is at the end of the movie,
Mhm.
and very excited for people to experience that. Yeah. For sure.
I Yeah, I think for me and Diablo, this is something that, you know, you advocated for and supported us in, was the confessionals. From the beginning, I was like, they're too long, oh God, you know, and you were like.
And I was like, I'd watch 3 hours of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thank you for that. And I, you know, had certain editors I met with that were like, confessionals, and Hannah Park, who edited the film, she's incredible. She did Bottoms.
Woo, Bottoms!
Yes, shout out to Hannah. And she just won an Oscar.
Yep.
God, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Thank you. It's like, this is too crazy. She was like, why would I tell you to like not shoot that? Like, just shoot it all and we'll figure it out. And we like re-edited your confessional.
Yeah.
Very, you know,
It
rearranged.
is not what it was.
No, but it fits with the like time. The confessionals are like, to me, if these women confess to each other, they wouldn't die. You know, like it to me, that was like, if I can, you know, have actresses as amazing as you guys to like land those moments and show what's going on and what's simmering below the surface, then, you know, I can pull it off. But I was intimidated by them, and I'm very happy with them. So I love that you brought that up, because I'm so stoked for how that turned out.
Well, thank you. I'm literally out of questions. But thank you to everybody for
Woo.
coming and supporting this film.
Yeah.
Thanks to the
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were waiting to be.
Sorry, I was waiting to, we have two little bags.
Oh my gosh.
To give
Hi.
the best.
Fashionable.
This is Trey, the mastermind behind us all. He's one of our producers. Say hi to Trey.
Woo!
Alright, yeah, obviously.
Obviously that one, yeah.
It's Betsy Johnson.
Woo!
And then cowboy hat. Yeah. Come get it.
Nice.
Trent was scouting this whole time. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Woo!